is your host, Stisses with the Mostesses, Marcus,
Karmea Wells, the unorthodox Southern Belle.
and we are back here with you guys live. We are joining you guys here on the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today we want to talk about the latest news, the latest trend, the hot topic, one of the hot topics today. And we want to share and talk and have a discussion with you all, our audience today. But first off, I want to start off with this. Our president is pissed. This man is going off. This man is pissed. Here's a clip. We try and get the
Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you have to respond to Iran?
Karmea, what's up with your president, man?
I didn't vote for him, so I don't know what you're talking about. He just don't give a damn.
He is pissed. He is pissed. Our president is pissed right now. But hey, if anybody got insight on what's going on with Mr. President and what's going on, you know what's up with him?
All I'm saying is he rolled out. He looked like a stressed father whose son pretty much crashed the car, and the insurance said that they're not about to cover it.
They denied the claim.
They denied the claim. He is pissed. Like I'm stressed out, and the Congress is about to be on my ass real soon. But you know, they were speaking of the orders that he was trying to, what was it? I think it was the case of him even sending orders over to start this particular. I don't care. We haven't declared war, but I believe that's where we're at. But for him to actually go over there and start the process, they were saying that he did it. He didn't get permission. So now I'm looking at it.
He wasn't approved from Congress.
Right. He wasn't approved. So now he's looking at that like, like O'Reilly. I'm not what I'm gonna do now. I wasn't approved for this, and now they started a whole nother situation.
Right. I think he's pissed because he launched the attack, and then both Iran both made peace. Like they just settled it. Like they ended all his war after he just launched a nuclear strike because y'all wanted him to, and you wanted America's support behind you, and then y'all just cease fire on everything.
And that is why you don't do stuff without permission. You have other brains. I'm sorry. He's a businessman that a lot of businesses he has had under himself has failed, and he got some that did well, but running countries, he ain't good at that. But for some odd reason, he got back in here a second time. But moving on. We are here to talk about the B. Simone scandal. Well, not scandal, but the B. Simone issue. B. Simone, as you all may know, has been in Wild 'N Out. She's been an author. She's published a book. She's published a journal. I think at one point she had a journal. At one point she had her own podcast, and now she is broke. She's broke ski. She has not as much money as she used to. What she call it? She don't have liquid cash. And this bothers me, but it's also a common denominator, and it has split social media in half and half. Some people are on B. Simone's side. Some people are not. Which side are you on? Are you for B. Simone? Are you? And I guess that's messed up to ask a black woman. Are you supportive of another black woman? But are you for what's going on in her life? I'm split myself. Really?
It's not necessarily not being for her. I'm just looking at right and right, wrong is wrong. And like I'm trying to see both sides, her and her friend. It's a lot going on, and it can't be she's not all the way right, she's not all the way wrong, her friend is not all the way right, her friend is not all the way wrong. We gonna go through it. It's a lot of stuff I'm looking at. I can't really be split on. I can't choose sides.
You can't. So why you feel like you're choosing sides? Because you're saying, listen, this money thing, girl, I hear you, but this is a misappropriation of funds. Girl, you misappropriating your funds, you're not spending right, you're not living right. I don't think that's choosing sides. I think that's what we expect
Like,
most of our
you know,
friends
some
to do for us, right?
right. But you know, some people expect you as soon as they see a black woman, you're a black woman, you need to support. No, we gotta really catch each other, and we gonna have to also talk to each other about accountability. You gotta figure out where you was wrong at, where you was right, where you need to update yourself at, and where you need to be like, let me go ahead and I need to apologize and pull back. Like, there's a lot of things from that particular interview that she did with her friend that I kind of was like, there's a lot, both of them got some growing up they need to do. No one's perfect, but we can't sit here and act like there's not an elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm. So let's play. I want to play this clip of B Simone and her friend. But before we do, I want to talk about what side this is. This is the split. This is the divide that's causing havoc with people about B Simone and what's happening.
Say it. B Simone was right, and I cannot stress this enough. But if you are the successful one or the one with money in your friend circle or in your family, everyone and their mama is going to come to you when they going through a financial problem. You are not financially obligated to help anyone. I used to be the when I eat, we all eat friend too at one point. Trust me. And I did that. I kept my word. They ate everything off my mother clucking plate. I had nothing left for me. The only people I feel like I need to look out for is my immediate family. Everyone else, you're going to have to let them go. I'm trying to tell y'all, as someone who lost everything, you can't help everybody. Some people have to go through things on their own. And I know that she was mentioning that B Simone was helping strangers, but that's because strangers don't have full access to you. She named a whole list of things that she needed, right? Strangers, if you help them one time, that's it. If you help somebody that's close to you, that got your phone number, you're going to have to help them every time. Every time. And so for those who disagree, I understand. I was that way too. You gonna see. You gonna help everybody. Ain't nobody gonna help you. Ain't nobody gonna have your back. I promise you. And it's not because they simply don't want to help you. They don't have nothing. That's why they're asking you for everything. I'm sorry. Go to God. Go to God.
You can't help everybody.
What she was saying is very relevant.
So this is in regards to B Simone. I think had a friend or has a friend that was homeless, strung out, whatever, and B Simone chose not to help the girl.
Basically, she was talking about how she was in the food stamp line, and she was, you know, something about her, you know, she lost all this and she had all this stuff going on. She also had a child. She was going through it with her baby's father. She, you know, she was living with her parents. First of all, you got two parents. You got your parents you're living with. You have your parents you're living with. You had a child with your baby father. All that type of stuff. Why is your friend the first line of, you know, I need to reach out for resources? Why?
Because you're my friend.
No, you can't do that. That's not fair. She didn't create that problem. And not only that, I feel like people want to use people sometimes because they feel like, well, she automatically got it. Yet she has it. It's still her. It's like pocket watching. She has it at the end of the day, not you. So you can't automatically assume because she has it that you got it. That's not fair. It's still her right whether she want to choose to give it or not, and it's her pockets at the end of the day. Just like it was your choice to have that child with that person, it was your choice to do whatever you did to get yourself in that situation. You move how you want to move, and she move how she wanted to move.
Journey to Love says, "Hey Stanley Reed, how you doing, bro? Journey to Love says, I was for B. Simone. She has a brilliant marketing mind, and I think this is another marketing strategy to stay relevant. Ooh, ooh. But she does not do well personally with friendships or relationships. That's Journey to Love TV. That's good. That's that's real good. She's it sounds like she's for Bree Simone, and she thinks this is a plug. This is a plug to stay in the
It's a
game.
it's a possibility, but I would look at this as it's a good marketing strategy, but I will also look at this like personally, sis. This is going to hurt you. Just like when she made that comment of she don't want a 9 to 5 man, but yet you're out here talking about finances and crying on social media about you had to check your finances at Bloomingdale's. It's like I had to check my finances at Bloomingdale's. I like, I nitpick about everything. I had to go to H&M, and I was like, you sitting up here crying about this, and this can't be the same person who was talking about in the beginning of her career when she started to pop how she used to live out of her car. Where did what is going on?
It's I and so I had this kind of conversation with somebody a couple of days ago, like last week. There is a shift. There is a group that I'm a part of. I'm not an admin in a group, but I'm a part of the group. And this woman asked, and the lady asked a question. She's like, why are men not picking or marrying or choosing women? And in this group, I stay very away from the group because the women in the group think that because they're pretty and they're attractive and they have accolades and they have degrees, that makes them something towards men. And so my simple response is, hey, if you don't date a guy that works a 9 to 5, that's on you. Money comes and goes. I rather build with someone who has the character and the love and the admiration, and we build something together. B. Simone has stated, and I think that's what's part of what's messing her up right now, is because you've contradicted yourself. When you were up, you don't date these type of guys. You don't date these type of men. I can't, and other celebrities have done the same thing. I think it was one time this lady went viral because she said, I can't date a bus driver. What if he owned a bus company? Or what if if it's a U-Haul truck, right? What if it's his truck? He has his own authority. He's out there. Is his company. You won't date somebody that you market as beneath you because you up here. So now she's falling, right? The money ain't coming in, like the wilding out checks bouncing, right? The networking ain't paying like they used to. She had the issue. B. Simone is someone that constantly, right? When she's up, she's up. And all of a sudden, she's too good for everybody. And then when she falls, here comes the sob stories. Here comes the boo-hoos. Here comes the woe is. I got a shop at H&M. I ain't got it like I used to. That's what keeps messing her up. She's inconsistent on where she stands.
Right.
And this is something.
And also when I heard her. Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I basically was trying to understand what is it too with the clothes situation that she had to mention that, because I could declare that we're the ones who's supposed to make the clothes are not supposed to make us. We're supposed to make the clothes. Like, say for example, y'all can go look it up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure people know of the model and actress from back in the day, Marilyn Monroe. She was told by a journalist back in the day, when she was living, back in the day when she was in her prime, that the only reason why she was basically hot was because of her fancy dresses and her clothing. So she decided to plan a photo shoot to take a photo in a potato sack, and people wanted that potato sack she had on. Boom.
So
that is with that 1950s.
So so you're saying no matter what you wear, whether it be H&M or Bloomingdale or Hot Topic,
I don't care. I don't care. It's a thrift store. I've seen, if you know how to wear it, you know how to put it together and make it look good on your body. People will be asking you, which it happens to me often, where you get that from? Where you get that from? How much that costs? I can put different pieces.
Do you tell them the truth? Hey, I got this from Hot Topic.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Really?
But I can't guarantee that it's gonna be there when you get there. But I'm just that type of person. It is what it is. If it's for me, it's for me. I'm going to rock it the way I feel like it should look on my body, and I want it to look presentable. I want it to look nice. This little situation, and I don't know. I've been plus size all my life, so let's keep it all the way 100. When it comes down to it, plus size clothes didn't really start looking good. I want to say until like 2000, around 2008, they started seem like they was trying to cater to the size range. Mm-hmm. So you had to make stuff look cute and get stuff that that other people wasn't getting, make it look cute, because it wasn't made for us to look cute. They wanted us out here looking like we in moo-moos all fucking day. Mm-hmm. Like we are just in curtains all day. Like we are just in shot. Like they wanted us in sheets. It was bad. They wasn't making cute clothes for us all the time.
I can see that. I can see what you mean there. Here's a clip, y'all, of B. Simone on another podcast sharing and talking about her now financial woes.
My finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah,
like did. I notice it in me now, just nitpicking, and it's not even. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah, I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to.
The cash cow has dried up, and so I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for you. Either. I don't feel bad that. Because again, you have dogged men and dogged others because of your lifestyle. Because you're up, you forgot where you came from, and that's part of the split with people. People have fallen out of love with you because the disingenuousness and the back and forth. I don't have any sympathy for you, and Stanley Reed is still hung up on what you said earlier. Go to God with it 2025. So Stanley Reed, if your friend, your boy, you up, you winning, you killing it. Your boy is hit a road patch. You ain't gonna help him, or her. You ain't gonna help her. They down right now. They fell behind. Life happened. So. That's my question to you all is like, if I have a friend, and this is something I've said before, I need to surround myself with better quality friends. Stanley Reed in the comments says, for audio listeners, we love H&M. Don't see nothing wrong with clothes that good today and fall apart tomorrow.
That's not all the pieces. Don't do that.
I think there's something definitely wrong with clothes that ain't gonna be there tomorrow. I need clothes for tomorrow too. Stanley. Oh, he said look good. Okay, he said look good.
Look. Oh, you guys,
look good.
This is a call, and you guys, this is a call-in episode.
Yeah, if you disagree or you agree with B. Simone, let us know. Call in and argue, and we want to hear your points and your views. But I think again, it's wild and it's scandalous. And so buy my girl a sack, no potatoes. I don't know what that means. What's a sack with no potatoes? Okay, but I'm gonna leave it there. So again, I don't feel bad for you. And apparently, certain members of the Breakfast Club feel the exact same way.
1051. B. Simone was on her podcast, and she was talking about how, because of her financial situation now, she's not shopping at Bloomingdale's anymore. She's shopping at H&M. Let's listen.
This was hilarious.
I feel like there's been so much financial, just my finances, like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like, I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like, and because I've invested in this app and this platform, I don't have the liquid. I got the money.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's coming. I have it in assets. I have it in jewelry. I have it in, but it's like the liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account.
Girl, I got H&M jeans on right now. Literally right now, I got H&M jeans on, okay?
And a whole bunch of H&M stuff
you see,
that you taking back.
Because last week I was in France for business at Cannes or Cannes or whatever. Everything I took was from H&M and Zara. What are you talking about?
So what is the...
You see what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah. So what is the question? Is shopping at H&M and stores like that, is that a bad thing? Is that what we're asking?
That's not a bad thing. That's the only thing.
Price of everything going up. And it's fine to have a couple of nice pieces if that's what you're into. But when we got to this place where you can only wear things once and you got, that's trash and whack.
H&M and Zara is high end to me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Marshalls. All right. Before y'all was boycotting Target, I get all my t-shirts from Target.
Right.
What are y'all talking about?
Zara is definitely high end. It's high as hell. High in price, expensive.
And not for nothing, Zara's prices went up. Yes, they did.
Yes.
Zara's prices. Yo, you a bird, yo. You shopping at stores like H&M and Zara a bad thing? I mean, you seen her crying and she seemed distraught that she couldn't go to Bloomingdale's. That is the question. Now,
Simone need to get a job.
Well, you got damn, and not a 9 to 5 either. She ain't doing them. Don't even play with her like that. Listen, no, you got to really still think about where she was, right? Because she used to ball out in Balenciaga. She used to ball out in Bloomingdale. She used to be able to do that. Now to go from that and now you walk in there and you like, we gotta go to Forever 21 or we gotta go to City Trends or we gotta go to H&M. That's different for you. So for her, that's different.
I don't feel sorry for her.
I'm not saying
No.
In no way, shape, or
but
form.
I'm saying we gotta.
And B. Simone ain't got no kids, I could tell, right?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't have any
that
kids.
stops early.
Not
Once you
yet.
start having kids and you start seeing college and you start seeing activities, you be like, man, just give me a white t-shirt.
And crying over it. Yo, my whole life.
I was the black t-shirt king for the longest time, and I just had nothing but black t-shirts on. Just don't know.
I don't know, 'cause I'm sitting over here with Dior jeans on, so I can't say a damn thing.
But you wear
I still
Sheins
also
like that
wear-
sometimes
I
too.
wear- all right, damn it, let me say it.
Sorry.
I wear Shein, I wear Temu, I wear Pretty Little Thing, I wear Alibaba stuff. I don't think we're missing anything. I just think that B. Simone wants us to like look at it from her perspective, right? Like she was at one point only wearing.
People can't
and shopping
afford
at these
eggs right
places.
now.
Yeah, we don't
and
relate to
juice
you.
and
Right,
rent.
right.
So let's go to the phone line.
We're not
but-
missing anything. She's missing something.
She's missing it because what Jess said is true. I just want to know who does B. Simone plan to get sympathy from?
Nobody.
Who's she
Yes.
reaching from?
She
Who's she reaching to pull it out from? Because God's probably looking at her like, Jesus. That's probably what she's getting from him right now. Jesus, the same Jesus she gave her friend.
And this is why I want it, right? And this is why I want. I think we need to surround ourselves with better quality friends. Yeah, I help when I can, family and friends. So this is Stanley Reed in the comments. He's responding. He's like, I help my friends when I can. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. But we need to surround ourselves with better quality friends who are super, super supportive. And we know that the common thing that people say is, oh, I'm pouring from an empty cup. And, I feel drained. I feel exhausted. If you know that your friend is going to do for you, you know that is going to come around. You know it's going to come back to you. You know it's going to give. One of the things that I've heard, like in women groups, when you go out with your girlfriend, Karmea, who your group of girls, your solid girls, how many girlfriends you solidly can say they got your back? Can you count on 2 hands, 1 hand, what?
I keep my circle. I keep my circle so small.
Good.
It's damn near a dot. It is what it is. I do that on purpose. I'm gonna be real with you. When I see people walking around with this huge group of friends, I'd be like, I need you to reevaluate that system because everybody is not your friend. You got a lot of associates in there, but you don't want to see it or you see it and you feel more comfortable in a group than being with less people. And that's a problem because all of them cannot be. It's you're gonna have to figure that out. Because when I see people in a whole group and be like, oh, I got a group of 6 to 8 friends.
That's too much.
What? All I'm gonna say is that I think you need to figure out and get real deep and see if that's really your friend or not. But me, myself, I would say I can count on one hand.
One hand.
And female wise, one hand. And female wise, I've got 4.
4 solid friends you
4.
know will have your back. 4 solid friends.
4.
Wow.
Solidly.
Wow. And that's big, right? So that's big. Would you help them in need? They reach out to you, girl, I'm struggling. Would you help them?
Okay, I would help them, but wait a minute. But if it was something that was pre-warned about, and I talked to you about, and you went on ahead and did it, and it blew up in your face, I have to literally, I'm gonna be like, let me pray about that. And once I get an answer, yay or nay, it's gonna be based off of that.
You're terrible.
Because don't do that. No, because let's be real. Okay, you gotta think about it like this. If you have certain friends, which I don't have those type of people, but some people are okay having those type of friends that just continuously get themselves into stuff, and you be talking to them, talking to them, and they still get themselves into stuff because a lot of times people are like that because they know there's always going to be somebody there to bail them out. It's like having a badass kid that you of course you're going to have to keep on going down to the jailhouse and bailing him out because he know you're going to do it.
So they never going to change.
Exactly. They're going to keep on with the same process because if you're going to sit there doing all the pacifying you can do, because you continue to fund the habit, fund the issue. So they always know that somebody going to be there to help me get out of this. So I'm going to be good either way. Yeah, girl, go ahead, take that 500.
500. Oof, that's a lot. But I do want someone in my corner.
Right.
I do want a close-knit circle of friends that they will do for me and I'll do for them. And I want to be able to open up in relationship to the point where if they ask for something, they know I got their back. Like you said, right. I understand what you're saying too. If you a habitual just offender and you out there and you keep doing the thing, I can't keep supporting you. But that's why I said I pre-gamed it and I said quality friend. Because a quality friend ain't gonna keep putting you in these uncomfortable situations. You're gonna keep doing the thing against better counsel. And I'm trying to better and catch you before you fall off this cliff. I'm telling you, don't do this thing and you go still do it. That's not a quality friend. But true quality friend, I got your back. And in turn, I fall short, you should have my back.
Right. Like for myself, I don't like to put my issues or burdens on anybody. So if I reach out to somebody, that I have exhausted every other option. And typically I'm that kind of person that would, okay, I'm pretty much like a lion who's wounded. I need to go away, figure this out, and I'm figure it out, and then I'm gonna come back. I'm typically gonna figure it out. But if I come to you, that means I trusted you enough. I'd be like, I have exhausted every other option, and I came to you to see what's up.
And that's exactly
that doesn't happen often for me.
But that's exactly it. I know if Karmea is coming to me, she's already done the work. She's already done the counseling, the whatever, and she's tried everything. So for you to humble yourself and come to me, hey, I got you. Because I already know you already did this stuff. And I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm not going to shame you. I'm not going to make you feel bad. None of that. Because I already know your character and who you are. And so, yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about them people who I know they've done it and they're going to reach out to me when it's crash and burn season. Everything. Marcus, it has hit the fan. I have literally tried to prevent this train wreck from happening. Like, what was it? It was like a friend. She was going through it and I wanted to, she was having a hard time. Father wasn't being supportive. And the baby. She had a baby with this dude, and she just wanted something simple. Like she just wanted help with certain stuff. And what it correlated to me is she needed the ability to be able to put the baby down and not have to be in the same room. Like just decompress, but not have to keep the baby on your hip. So I went and mailed her. She's in a different state. I went and mailed her like one of those baby monitor things, but like a higher end one. So not a cheap one, right? I guess it was the Bloomingdale of baby monitors. And I mailed it to her. I had it shipped to her place so that she could get that break, right? Because she's always worried, she got to stay in the same room as the baby. But this baby monitor allows her to go in the kitchen, allows her to go on the porch, allows her to get some fresh air. She ain't cooped up in the house, and it allowed her to be a little bit more mobile and still keep an eye on the baby. That was so appreciative of. So it's stuff like that I would do for a friend, but a close friend, you gotta be a close friend. You can't be buck wild with it and just doing the random stuff. And speaking of close friends, B. Simone, I guess this lady is one of B. Simone's close friends who's trying to talk her. I don't know. Is this B. Simone's friend?
Yeah, it's her friend, but the way it sounded like, I'm not sure. But go ahead, continue.
She strikes me as, and even in this clip we're about to play, it doesn't sound genuine. Like she wants to tell B. Simone, like, hey, you're a horrible friend. Or, yeah, you are being wrong, but she's holding back because she's public with it. If you were a real friend, tell her. Yeah, you being a B right now. That whole thing you did about not dating a guy who works a 9 to 5, that was wrong too. Tell her if you were my real friend. Don't hold back. But anyway, I'm going to play a clip and let y'all decide.
You're turning into somebody different.
Jesus.
You're different. And I'm like, who is she becoming? I don't even know. You're so different.
In what ways? This is crazy. We've never talked about this.
You're just different. Like you're everything.
Am I different in any bad ways that you think I need to like?
Bad?
Yeah. Are there like any red flags different or different in like what? Like tell me. Like
no, I think the only red flag would be that you're so inner right now that it is about you. And I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing.
Okay.
I see that as like, this is just the season you're in and something that you're navigating.
Okay.
And I don't even think you don't even know all that it is.
Kind of like when you say about me, like a selfish thing, kind of.
Say selfish, but I think you're just how we consider everybody else. We consider you like you're considering you.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of a selfish
like
season.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that, but I can see.
Don't? Yeah.
I do feel like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't use the word selfish, but I see how that can be selfish.
Or
though.
feel selfish to a friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I
don't think it's bad. I think it's just something that the cost that you have to pay right now. I don't think it's something that you necessarily even want to do either.
Wow.
But it's just what you have to, the cost that you have to pay. Yeah. And sticking beside your friend during those times.
You've been so supportive though.
Thank you.
So supportive.
Thank you. Yeah.
Cause I don't even see myself through your lens. And I haven't had there's no tug or war. You just like, okay, this is what you're doing. Okay. You know, like you speak when there's something to say though.
Baby, I'd be like, listen.
Yeah.
You're acting real.
Or like, hey, like you're not being confident or whatever. You tell me however you feel about whatever, but
yeah.
Dang, let's dig more there. Tell me.
What?
Who I am right now.
You know what? They have to go through the shedding process and they literally shed their old skin. That's what physically, mentally.
That's not a real friend. That's
not a real danced friend. Around that like she was line dancing to boots on the ground.
You see what I'm saying? That's not a real friend to me. You want to say it, just say it. If I'm being a B, or I'm being a C or D or whatever, say it. Don't bite your tongue.
Right. you have to say it so the person can know where you're coming from, and you work through the feelings as you're going through it. That's if y'all really kicking it like that, y'all really friends like that, they should be able to take you raw.
They should. And you should hear it, right? You should have that kind of relationship where I'm telling you, hey, you dead wrong for that, Marcus, and you really feel it and you really internalize it, and not get caught up in and really be mature about it, right? Call a spade a spade. She danced around that thing so bad,
That's I
and
was
it pissed me off.
That's the type of stuff I talk about, the pacifying. I'm not like, I love you enough to tell you what it is, and I'm not about to pacify you. Yeah, it may hurt, but I love you enough so you can grow. If you decide to take it as, take it and grow, okay. If not, then I know where you are and I know where you plan to stay. But you can't sit there and pacify, especially your friends, if you want them to grow.
Right. Tell me I'm messing up. Tell me I'm failing. Tell me I suck. Tell me I'm failing as a friend. I had somebody do that to me years ago. They said, Marcus, tell me, hey, Marcus, you're failing me as a friend. I've called you, I've reached out to you in these several occasions, and they listed the occasions, and they were like, and I was like, that's legit. That's legit. I am failing you as a friend. I need to improve. I need to do better. That's legit. That's what I want to hear. If I'm mature enough to hear it and listen. But B. Simone, again, I think B. Simone has been burning her own bridge. She had I think my girl, again, she keeps me educated on this stuff. She told me about B. Simone had a journal, and she was marketing and branding it, and it had launched, and she had sold. And the journal was actually copied off of another. Shit, like, was the whole thing copied or just pieces of it? Did you know that?
From what I can remember, it was a lot of pieces of other people's work off of I think, was it Pinterest? You guys let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but it was off. It was other pieces of other people. It was pieces of other people's work that she sold. So straight plagiarism. Straight
stole. But I think the woman called her out on it.
She got called out on it.
And I think she took it down. B. Simone took the thing down, or she stopped selling the book or stopped selling the journal. Like, it was, and she's been constantly on this train. My girl educated me on the other thing. B. Simone had a podcast with her best friend. Podcast was doing well. You went? You tuned in?
I heard about that situation. The podcast was doing well, and then it was a situation where they claimed that they was no longer being, cool like that, and that's why they split. It was the rumor. I'm not sure whether it was a rumor or not, but based off of how she's moving now with her personal relationships with her friends, it's just not. It just seemed like with her relationships with her friends, or even dynamic with anybody else, even when it comes to her situationship she had with people she tries to put in place with significant others, she has a lot of growing she has to do. She got a lot of self-reflection she has to do, because she ain't got a lot of close people.
Well, she's scaring them, man.
Wait.
You're scaring people away. You keep
down the dust road.
If you all hear nothing else, and I have to actually speak on this tomorrow at an event in front of college students. If you hear nothing else, you have to really look at who's in your corner. We have to do just like in dating, just like in relationships, we have to, same difference, what's up? We have to be really good at building quality relationships. We have to be really good at connecting with people. Journey to Love says, B. Simone was sued for plagiarism.
As she should be. Gasoline and lighter, throw the match.
We need to get really good at connecting with quality people, because this mess that B. Simone keep running into, I feel like it's her. I feel like it's you, sis. people around you are decent people or half decent people, and you keep playing them, you keep messing with them.
Now, what I can say too, she could be right. It can be both. It could be both people, because the reason, like I said before, with her friend got all this stuff going on. All this stuff going on, you know, she pretty much created a trap for herself.
Like bad stuff?
Like, okay.
Oh, you talking about a broke friend? The
yeah.
friend. Okay.
Yeah. Shekinah is also B. Simone's employee. So that's the employee, you know, being a friend and an employee at the same time. Up under somebody, sometimes they can get real messy when you don't know your position. And also when there's not a clear dynamic. Also with her friend, I feel like she put a little bit too much, like she's expecting her to automatically help her, even though she was saying that, oh, you know, I had to go through this, I had to go through that. She was naming all that stuff, and you had B. Simone over there talking about some Jesus. And I'm just like, I don't know why you input Jesus, but okay. Mm-hmm. But for her friend Shekinah, I honestly feel like there's some things that she needs to look in the mirror for herself. Like, is there a lot of things that I should have nipped or handled before I even came out my mouth, or even thought about that she should, you know, I should reach out to her to help with? Or both
of y'all are saying something that's blowing my mind. What do you mean it's a conflict in itself? And what do you mean, like, if I'm your friend, yes, help me. Like why is that? Yes, I'm your employee, but help me. I'm still your friend in the beginning of this.
But what I need to know so much from the story, and what's their dynamic. Mm-hmm. It's so much stuff that we need to fill in, but of course we're not going to get it. We don't know what type of person she is off of this podcast. Not saying, don't get me wrong, yes, B. Simone got a lot of issues she need to work through, but we don't know her like that. We don't know her employee like that either, which is supposedly her friend.
Being your friend, and same difference. So Same Difference podcast is in the building. Same Difference podcast says being your friend and employee is a conflict.
It is. When you don't have a clear boundary, when you don't have clear boundaries in place, as well as a set dynamic, it can mess things up. It can create something beautiful, or it could really, you know, bomb.
So who wants to work with their enemies? Who wants to work with people you don't want to work with people you don't like?
It's not saying that at all, but sometimes people see certain things in people already, but they still decide to go forward. That may not have been the friend that you should have been working up under. Because there was also something that B. Simone was talking about. She's all about, oh, team this and team that, team. But at the same time, while you working on her brand, like say, for example, if you're there for like a year or so, you're there at, you're working under me for a year. You're working under her and her brand for a year. She wants you to just focus on her brand. Fuck your goals and shit outside of the work hours. She wants you to focus on her brand for that year and say, screw you. You can work on your shit after you leave here fully. But while you're here, then, you know, it's my brands.
I hear you. Man, I hear you. I also know, I think we can be friends and employees. You're saying boundaries. I hear in boundaries. I think it's possible. I think it's possible.
It is possible. It definitely is possible. All I'm saying is it has to be clear. It has to be clear boundaries, dynamics, and understanding there. And it has to be applied. It can't be there when you're outside of work. Yeah, girl, I know. Then you get to work and you fuck all that. Because I've seen it happen. I've seen that dynamic happen, that people will be friends outside of work and they come to work and they're friends, and you could tell that they're friends because, oh, she letting her slide with a lot of stuff, huh? And it's really weird, and we're looking like, yeah, this is gonna crash and burn. This is going to crash and burn.
This is something. This is gonna be unique. This is gonna be because Krista and I have an upcoming event for our franchise. We have an upcoming meet and greet for all our employees and team members and coworkers, and we're gonna meet up. Everybody gonna shake hands, and at the end of the day, I think it's a good skill builder. It's a good meet and greet mixer. Good food, good wine, good beer if you're into that. And by the end of the day, when we turn around and we go back to work, we're gonna make this money. And
Right.
I'm your supervisor. You're the licensed professional. You're this. I'm your leader. Whatever the case may be, we're gonna go back and have those same professionalism when we go back to work. That's just a 1-day event that the company is putting on, but we again, who doesn't want to work with people they don't like?
Plenty of people do it every day. That's what it's a business, and people have to remember that's what it is. You go to work, you handle your business, and whatever else you got going outside of work, that's none of their business. Moving on.
So you telling me that you go to work and you, if there's enough people at your job, because I was in the Navy and I had this, right? I had a job, and this is the sucky part about the military, because if you are surrounded by people you don't like in the military, you can't quit, you can't resign, or you go into Fort Eustis and you go into the brig and you go into like military jail. But I was surrounded by people for 2 years. I was stationed in Guam, and I was surrounded by people I did not like. And if I had the ability to, I would leave the job. People want to work with people they like.
You don't have to like everybody. It's not a like everybody. And also what Same Difference says, because you're not friends don't mean you don't like them or they're your enemies. You just have a set situation in place that you're coming for to make this money and be professional. And you deal with whoever outside of work of who you choose. Everybody that I work with outside of, social media, whatever, they're not my friends. These ain't my friends. And I may not like them. They may not like me. I don't care. Just know I'm professional. I do my job. I handle my business. I make this coin. The few I deal with outside of work is a few I deal with. So be it. We're not here to make friends. If it happens, that's wonderful. If not, then blessed be the fruit, baby. Go on about your business.
Blessed be the fruit. Now bring in, can you stop my car from being same difference for our audio listeners, same difference in comments says, now bring in, can you stop my car from being repossessed into the employee and friend mix. I've done that. I have done that. I have done that. I loaned some money to a friend whose car got repossessed because every day that car is in the impound, that's accruing fees daily. So I gave them the money so they could get their car out the impound quickly. Now the catch was, you need to pay me back because it was discussed and discussed. This is a loan, right? But that was a coworker. And they paid the money back. Maybe not as expeditious as we initially agreed on, but they paid it back. But I've done that for friends, and we worked together at the job. That's how we even met in the first place. And same difference. You're coming in a little bit later. What I shared earlier in this conversation is B. Simone constantly alienates herself. When she's up, she's up. When she's winning, when the wilding out checks coming in, when the money's up, she all of a sudden, I don't date guys that work a 9 to 5. I only shop at Bloomingdale's. But when she's down, here comes these TikToks, here comes these crying spells, here comes all the BS. And she consistently fluctuates in life, but she alienates people whenever she's up and whenever she's winning. But I think you should have friends. Karmea says she got 4. She got a solid 4 friends that she can count on and say, this my girl. If something happened to her or if something happened to me, I got these women back and they got mine. I think you can. And if Karmea car get repossessed, if Karmea BMW get repossessed, she could call her 4 friends and they'll jump in. So there you go. There's your answer. Same difference. Because you're not friends. Don't
But
said that right.
This is the thing too. How did we get here? Did this situation just happen? Did something happen that was catastrophic? You couldn't fix it, or you just been in a downward spiral towards it and it's like, oh shit is getting real. I'm gonna need somebody to step in to save a bitch. Like what is
oh my gosh.
Where are we? You have to, this is the questions you're gonna have to ask. Because me, if I'm gonna be, especially if I'm about to come off some real money, I'm gonna ask all the questions. I'm gonna be like IRS on you. Okay, so when did this happen? When did it start? You could afford it in the beginning. What happened? So you didn't know? How long? So what was the payments when it first started out? Like, especially
you got 10 million questions for me.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I don't, it's different. If, like you said, I don't have those type of people that's habitual. Right. But there are a lot of people who are dealing with the habitual, and that's who I'm talking about.
Right.
Because you got, Shekinah, the stuff that she was naming out during the interview, I was like, that stuff don't just come in one night. Right. That doesn't come in one night, the stuff that you're going through.
Absolutely. Journey to Love says in the comments she has a history of hiring friends and they're used to her paying their way, and she does not like when they succeed above her. So that sounds like jealousy. We don't want jealous friends. We ain't talking about jealous friends. Karmea ain't discussing about jealous friends. Yeah. You could spot those. We could spot those people 10 million miles away.
Yeah, but sometimes there are people who befriend people because they feel like they are somehow weaker than them and won't make it. There's women, I know men, there's women that are like that. They will befriend certain people. You got some people who befriend certain people because they want to use them. Mm-hmm. And then you got people who befriend because they want to use them in a different way because they know that they'll be like a sidekick and they'll expect them to be like a sidekick for their long term. I can use them to build my brand, but I won't build them.
That's like Cash Money and Lil Wayne. That's what comes to mind when you, as you say that. Go to work, be cordial, making money, and same difference. You got friends at work. I don't care what you say. You got friends at work.
Your ass home.
you have people at work that I hope you have people at work. I hope you're surrounded by people that you like and you like them. And if your truck break down, they will come in and hook you up, man. It's especially in Georgia. You in Georgia, bro. Because she's a terrible person.
Yeah, what same difference?
Same difference says in the comments because she's a terrible person.
He also said same difference also said, isn't jealousy what happened with B. Simone and Shekinah? B talking about she felt sad and angry when Shekinah got an opportunity without her. They want to be included in everything. There's people like that. Like I'm trying to tell you, Mark, there's people like that. They want to be included in everything you do so they could take credit to say that I put you on.
So Shekinah is the bad person that you all are talking about? Shekinah is a terrible person?
She's not saying, well, I think both of them they could be a villain. Mm-hmm. It could be with the certain things. That's why I can't, people are choosing sides. I can't choose sides because I see issues on both sides that need to work.
What?
That need to get fixed.
Stanley Reed, you lost me. He was looking for a net 30 and got a 3-year term on the loan.
You
talking about me?
Yes, for the amount for the car amount, the amount that you paid your friend, your friend asked for you, the payment that you received back wasn't as short term as you thought.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but they paid back. They paid it back, right? What they always
You
say,
wanted it in 3 months, but it was a 3-year term, like a car payment.
One thing I learned a long time ago is never lend out money you can't afford to lose. So, but they paid it back. Never lend out money. And what happens in the event they don't pay you back? There's a reason HR will tell you not to do stuff like that. Okay.
It'll start problems in the workplace. We gonna scrap.
That's why I said in the beginning, we need to be good quality choosers. Just like any of the ships, any of the relationships, friendships, we need to have core people. Karmea has 4. I could probably count 4 people, quality people that I will.
Now, and I'm speaking, and that's female friends.
Right.
I have, and I have less than on one. I can count my male friends on one hand, and that you're clue. But that's I'm a big person about looking at things the way the person is right now. I'm like, look, I ain't got time to be no fixer uppers, please. Like, don't get me wrong, we all working it ourselves, but some warehouses need to stay there. I'm sorry. Some warehouses need to stay there.
So
we're all working on ourselves.
So same difference. Me and you working at the same job. You know me, I know you. We ain't gonna be friends. Yeah, we co-workers, but we ain't gonna be friends at some point. So he keeps saying, no, I don't have friends at work.
So that means that what I'm getting from same difference, he's saying that he don't have friends at work. He have good associates, but he would never look at them as friends. Like, hey, we work together, we associate with each other, but it's not like that. And I understand that completely. You go to work, you don't get personal. The people you really deal with, you'll talk to them outside. If not, then so be it.
Until you're at Subway and your card decline. Now we go from associates, coworkers.
Why you got? Let me tell you something. Stuff happens, as I said before. Stuff happens, but you knew whether you had that money on your card or not before you got the Subway.
It may be the magnetic strip may be bad. Doesn't mean I don't have the money.
And I understand that. So that means you probably going to be fasting for lunch today, and that's okay.
You gonna let me starve, bro?
It's okay. You my co-worker and I don't deal with you. Matter of fact, why am I at Subway with you anyway? We ain't like that. We associates. So why are you?
Because we taking a lunch break. So associates
we shouldn't be going together like that. I'm sorry. If we ain't cool like that, I like to have my space. I like to hear. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Y'all need resuscitation. Y'all need.
Don't do that.
Y'all need better friends. Don't thank Karmea.
Right. That's true. Same difference as I've helped out strangers before. Doesn't mean we're friends. There's been plenty of times where I've helped out people, and it doesn't mean we friends. Like, no, it's just something that I was led to do. I was led to do at that point.
So same difference with B. Simone. She has a friend. She's up. She's doing well. Celebrity status. If you were B. Simone, you have B. Simone money, killing the game. Stanley Reed, this go for you too. If you killing the game, you up, everything is on another level, and you have a friend that is in financial hardship, you ain't gonna help them out. Not because you be Simone money or whatever. You ain't gonna help them out. You can, ain't gonna hurt you. They have trouble with their light bill. They have a little trouble with their gas. You ain't gonna help them out.
How long you been having this trouble? How long you been having this trouble, and what caused it? Because you didn't just wake up late yesterday and that bill wasn't due. There ain't no way. No, how long you?
Like the budgeting. You see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah,
like I notice it in me now, just nitpicking, and it's not even. I just don't have it like to spend the liquid. Yeah, I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to.
I knew it.
Okay, but please keep in mind, They also says that it doesn't matter in any, you got to be good stewards over your money. You got to be good stewards over your money. So out here helping any and everybody can get you. Stop.
I need to get a buzzer for you. I'm going to get a buzzer for Karmea. Stanley Reed says in the comments, I'm Batman, I'm up. Bruce Wayne. Stanley Reed, you helping a friend, they in trouble, you up. You winning, you Bruce Wayne right now. You got Bruce Wayne dollars, cash in the bank. Your friend needs your help. You ain't helping them. You ain't going to help them out this they're not a habitual, but
okay.
You go over to their house.
When you say that, when you hashtag and say that they're not a habitual offender, that's different. That makes it different. If they're not a habitual offender and something happens, of course you could be Bruce Wayne. Of course you could be him and swoop in and say how much you need, player. But you got to make sure that friend is worth it. You got to make sure that this friend is doing what they're supposed to be doing, which that's the type of people we're talking about. We're not talking about people who just waiting for, you know what? She gonna be my parachute. She definitely gonna be my parachute when I jump out this plane. I know it's not gonna end. I know it's not gonna be well in the beginning, but she gonna be my parachute. I know it.
This is dope. All right, y'all. This has been an incredible show, an incredible conversation. You guys, leave it in the chat. We got to head out. We, unfortunately, have run out of time. But we'll be back. Stay tuned. Stay with us. You guys have been phenomenal. We got to end this show on a high note. And so this has been a very powerful conversation. And I think at the end of the day, I think we're saying a multitude of great things, including our audience. Shout out to our audience members for tuning in. Shout out to you guys. You guys are dope for tuning in. Super, super dope. But this is serious. Like, I think if one thing I've said, we need better friends. We need to keep better friends. We need quality friendships so that when they need us or we need them, we can look out for them. And the other thing is, you know, no one gets out of this alive. No one gets to the top by themselves. So do the work and get quality friends and look out for one another. Karmea, what you got?
Well, as I said, as he said as well, quality friends is important, but I also think we need to look at ourselves to see if we are quality and be honest with ourselves as well as each other, because that pacifying is not going to help us grow. That beating around the bush like you line dancing, it's not going to help. It's not going to help us grow. So we need to take a good look at ourselves and look at each other. And if you guys are really, the people who call themselves friends, if you're really friends, then you should be able to be real with each other and raw and work through whatever feelings you're going through with that conversation and get through it. If you're really friends like that.
That's a bar. I love that. 4 friends, y'all. We got 4 friends. I'm trying to get a 5th. Female friends. She got more on the male side. I'm trying to get some more friends. So if you are a quality individual, let's connect. Let's do business. This has been a great conversation, Karmea. I appreciate you, sis. I appreciate
you. I appreciate you too, bro, man. This is
and I consider you a friend. Even though
I consider you a friend. Don't do that. I said 4 female, and I said you was one of them for the male. Don't play.
All right, y'all. We gotta go. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this message has been impactful. I hope this has been insightful, and thank you all for enjoying this conversation with us. We gotta go. Like we end every show. Take care of your friends. Take care of your family. And always, always take care of business. This is Marcus, your favorite host, and
Karmea Wells, the unorthodox Southern Belle.
Signing off. Love you guys. Bye.